What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to another live. We're going to be talking about probably one of the most important subjects that we're going to be moving into the summer. I actually had this conversation yesterday. There's so many different scenarios that you can actually take when it comes to a price reduction, or as I like to call it, a price improvement. What you could be talking about, number one, is what you want to do if you reduce the price, what you want to do if you keep the same price. Do you go to rent? Do you take it off the market? But today we're actually going to be talking about why a home actually sits. Right now there's a little bit more inventory, there's less buyers, there's a lot of people that are going away. So sellers, you have a little bit more price reductions that are going on in the marketplace, number one. Number two is you have a little less people that are going to open houses. I know Fritz Freegan, I think is his name, over at Halstead Property. He puts out an amazing report on open houses, and he just details how many people come to the open house, and then he just has been seeing a decline in the amount of open houses. So I was talking with an owner yesterday, and I was giving him the metrics on how many people are viewing, how many people are seeing it. We actually stopped the open houses because it was a big pain for them and there wasn't much reward. So I said, listen, we have to go back to the drawing board. We can't keep on doing what we're doing right now. So let's talk about the reasons. There's three reasons why a home doesn't sell. All right. The first one is the marketing. Okay. The home doesn't sell because nobody knows about it. Okay, I was just talking with someone, and we're going to go over an offer right now, and he's talking about it, and he goes, "Hey, listen, my friend has this townhouse in Harlem. Let me contact him because it's not selling." And I went to the townhouse and I was looking at it. I'm like, it's not selling because there's no photos. There's no photos. There's no photos of the townhouse. It just has the location. And I'm like, that's the reason it's not selling. So the number one reason is the photos. Like, in that case, and then you look at other areas, it could be something else. It could be a bad description. There's no open houses. It's really cluttered inside. So first of all, it's the marketing. The second is the agent. The agent has to show it properly. I'm telling you right now, I know real estate agents, we get it like we're a commodity. It's like water or gasoline or, it doesn't matter. I mean, a real estate agent is a real estate agent, and understandably so. We don't have the greatest reputation. I think we're just below, we're like in the bottom half of the people that you trust in the marketplace. But to be honest, for me, I noticed that I want to do deals. Here's an example. We got an offer on one of the places yesterday. I'm talking with the agent. And I told the owner, I said, this agent, he's coming across very new. Very novice. The questions he's asking, he's asking about fees and renting it out. I said, it's a condo, there's no fees, and you just go through board approval. He's asking about the closing costs. I'm like, dude, this is something that you do as a buyer's agent. This isn't what I do as a listing agent. Of course, I provided that information because I wanted the home to actually sell. I wanted it to actually get an offer in there. And I started thinking about it. I said, this buyer is really going through a disservice right now. That's one of the greatest opportunities is a buyer to own in New York City. And if you don't get the right price, and if you don't go through everything that you want to actually get, on the back end, it really hurts. The back end is when you sell it. But you really make all your money on the front end, which is what's the price and everything else. So the number one reason, there's three reasons. The first one is marketing. The second one is the agent. The agent has to have energy. They have to be available. They have to do open houses. They have to be excited about the home. I've been at a couple of them where the agent just stands there, like, oh, thanks for opening the door and being part of the entire just industry. I don't even want to go any worse than that. The entire industry that's just getting this bad reputation. Dude, you opened the door and then you sat in the kitchen. Thanks, okay? I'm fine with that because honestly, I would rather take over the showing. Obviously I know what my client wants and everything else, but as the listing agent, two things. You want the feedback on the home. You want to say it's the clutter, it's the view, it's the light, it's the renovations, it's the flooring. We got to clean some things up. And then the second thing is you want to sell the home. You want to sell the home. So I know we're going to go deep into actually going into an agent and how to qualify the agent on a listing presentation, because there's multiple questions that you could ask. It's not how much business you could do. There's a lot more. Actually, someone is calling right now. That's funny on my cell. So when you go to the third, which is the price, I always revisit this last. Okay, the first one is Is it marketed properly? Yes. Is the agent good, qualified, showing it, and has the energy and the enthusiasm and loves the home? Yes. We got to revisit the price. I've talked about in previous videos is that after 17 days, I always go to the owner and I say, listen, we had 2 open houses. There's got to be something that gives, because we've had tremendous success doing the exact same things on other listings and they've gone. They've went into contract. Here's the feedback that I've received. What are we going to do? That was the exact same conversation I said yesterday to one of the owners. I said, listen, not only is it the price, but if you don't want to reduce the price, something needs to give on the listing. So we discussed obviously putting it up for rent. That's not the ideal situation because a tenant goes in there, they could ruin it, they could do something else. Not only do they ruin it, now they're a landlord, they have to deal with the problems. If anything breaks, they have to fix it. And then they said that they wanted to put it on the market next year, which is tough because it's an expensive listing, and how many tenants want to go into a place knowing that it's going to be sold and shown while they're there? There's very few. So those are the scenarios I gave. The easiest scenario, and I understand, an owner thinks that it's a cop-out answer to just reduce the price. They think that reducing the price, why am I even using you? I could put it on for $1 and it's going to go at the marketplace price that it should trade for. I understand. But if you go through everything and the entire feedback is literally saying, I don't see the value in the home, that's really saying, I don't see the price justifying what I'm looking at. I don't see right now, I'm looking around in this home, I don't see how you can be listed at this. And for me, I took on the listing and I said, it's going to sell. But then the marketplace started changing. That's completely out of my control, and I'm not using that as a blame, because I place myself within that and I say, here's the feedback. We either adjust or we take it off the market and we put it on the same price, but we have to have some time in between. Moving into July 4th, it's totally different. July 4th, you're looking at, a big slowdown. I already mentioned the metrics before, which is there's a lot less people going to open house, a lot less people are actually inquiring about homes. So individually, especially as an agent, individually, each person is extremely important. Extremely important. You have to literally, on Sunday, I pulled out all the stops on the showing, knowing that we're not getting as many inquiries. And we're one of the top 2 homes. I hope we get chosen, but I also know that if we don't, then we're gonna put it up for rent, and then we're gonna have to revisit this next year. So if you're an owner, look at those 3 things. Probably you want to look at, you want to look at marketing first. Look at the marketing. Is it properly being marketed? Is it online? Are you doing open houses? How's the description? How's the floor plan? Is it blurry? Does it show obviously all the amenities, all the benefits of the home? Number 1. Number 2 is look at the agent. Did you hire the right agent? Are they enthusiastic still? Are they returning the calls? Are they giving you feedback? Are they actually telling you, hey, listen, this is what I've received, let's readjust? There's been a couple of listings where I said, listen, we got to repaint the bathroom. I know you love it, but we got to throw an extra $800. Let's get the super in there. We just got to repaint it. I went to another listing. We literally just, actually, I think they're moving in today. And I went to them and I said, listen, we got to put stainless steel in there. We went out, we got it. It was about $2,500 for stainless steel appliances. We got a new stove, we got a new refrigerator. I said, listen, while we're at it, change the vanity in the bathroom, put in a new fixture, not only light fixture, but also bathroom fixture, because it was that old, spout. And I said, put in a rain shower. Rain shower's $80, $90. But you can literally say that in the description and in the photo. You're like, oh, it's a rain shower. The amount of value you're going to get for those minor tweaks, it's not about, see, this is the thing, is that, and understandably so, the owner has lived there, it's their baby, it's their everything. And the thing is, I look at it and I say, what's the marketplace going to say? Because that's the person that's the group that's not only seeing it, viewing it, inquiring about it, but that's essentially the person that's going to buy it, okay? You're not going to rebuy it. So let's look at what the people say. That's why a lot of these new developments, they used to focus on amenities. They used to focus on, so what they do now is they have, everything is just white. It's just, you customize it. You customize if you want a new countertop, if you want new cabinetry, if you want new flooring, everything is, you just walk in, it's just bright. you're like, okay, this is pretty much the same thing. It just really dials down to the actual amenities or the location or the price or the size or things like that in a new development. And I'm going to tell you right now, they've said, I don't think the new report has come out, but they said that there's 8 years of luxury inventory. I think that number is a little bit higher now. There's a lot on Billionaires Row, and then obviously, let alone what's coming on in Hudson Yards, and then right on 59th Street. There's so many new condos that are coming on. They're all competing against each other. And I said, that's a totally different marketplace. But if you look at the typical sales price, which I put at, say, under luxury, you kind of want to go like 3.5, maybe 4 and under, 4 million and under. And from there, you look at a 1-bedroom is about $1 million, a 2-bedroom is about $2 million, and that would be typical, because the average sales price in New York City is $2 million, just over $2 million. The median sales price is a lot lower. But if you're an owner, I would say it starts with an agent on the listing pitch, which is going to be one of the videos that I'm going to come out with. It's already in the books. The agent, the marketing, and then revisit the price. But you have to get the feedback leading up to the price, because if you just go in and you just blindly reduce the price, yet it was the marketing or yet it was the agent, you're literally just giving away your home. You're just saying, take it for, a way. And I'll just leave this on the last example, and then we'll hop out. The townhouse that I was introduced potentially through, I just got off the phone with the owner. He was going to refer me out. It's an amazing house. 17 rooms. And the guy bought it like 40 years ago. So he bought it pennies on the dollar. And he said, I don't know if it's on the market. I was like, oh, what's the address? I look it up. I'm like, dude, it's on the market for 3.5 months. I'm like, I know developers that would go in and just flip this thing overnight. They would come in. The problem is there's no floor plan. There's no photos. The description is terrible. It just talks about the area. I'm like, you have a 17-room house. Let's talk about the value that you can go into that. So at that time, it's the marketing. The agent's probably involved in that, and they don't really show it well. It's not the price. The price is really good. I'm actually going to be sending it out afterwards. So I hope that helps. If you guys have any comments, leave in the comments section below. Thanks, Charles. Where else would I put it? Or shoot a message, and obviously leave not only the feedback, but other topics that you'd want me to cover in the future, because I know that giving out the information just makes the marketplace a lot better. It also makes the agents a lot better. That's really what it is we're starting to see a split in the marketplace where the agents who do rentals or used to do rentals and everything else, they're not getting as much business. There's, first of all, lower commission, lower transactions, and there's not as good of a marketplace as what there was like even 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago. And I'm not saying it's permanent, it's just right now, okay? It's literally week to week in New York City now. It's insane. And then you have the old people, or the better agents, I should say, and I love doing business with them because they're good, they're efficient, they know what they're doing. I met with an agent yesterday. We're putting in a purchase application today. It's literally sitting there on my desk. And I'm like, thank you for being efficient. Thank you for doing this on time. Thank you for how good you are. And I was talking with the buyer too. Like, both of them were sitting. I'm like, can you guys replicate? Can you guys just multiply? And they started laughing and everything else. It was her first home and everything. I said, it's usually not like this, So thank you. So that's essentially why we put this out. So if this is the first time, subscribe to the video. Facebook is obviously on the right, so it depends wherever you want to see this. We're on Instagram TV, we're on BPI YouTube, and obviously on personal. So if you guys don't mind leaving some feedback below, enjoy your Tuesday. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about, I think it's a hot topic, which is, so hot topic, we talk about a hot topic. We're going to be talking about what value brokerages need to provide in the future. And that's going to be a little hot topic because Keller Williams started laying people off. Town Residential just folded. And that's pretty monumental. That was like 600 agents that just, overnight just lost their job. Managers, creative, IT, administrative, just boom, unemployed, just like that. And it was very unprecedented. And to be honest, it was a little ill-prepared, But anyway, that's how it goes. So enjoy the rest of the video on tomorrow, which were the brokerage value. Enjoy your Tuesday. Talk to you guys soon.